Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
And this is Ito.
And we are
The Carbonation Conversation.
The Witcher Season 2,
Episode 1.
Finally, we are here after 8 reviews.
The grain of truth.
Yes. Shout out to Mo Beats. If you like the music in the background and the audio editing, definitely hit up Mo in the description below. He does way more than that. You can ask him about it when you hit him up in the description below. We are also doing a shout out to Russia. Thank you, who's ever listening over there.
Thank you, bro.
Definitely don't hesitate to like, comment, say your name. We're trying to interact with our fans, our followers, and all of that good stuff as I take this shout out right now in this row.
And we're chasing it with some Alpha King from Three Floyds.
Yeah, I feel like Three Floyds is a local beer company.
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, it is in the city. And you should just see the picture of this. This is Alpha Claws.
Alpha Kings.
Alpha King. Wow.
No, it is Claws. My bad.
Oh, it is Claws?
I thought it was Kings.
Yeah. This is Alpha Claws by Three Floyds. It is their Christmas beer.
It looks like Krampus.
Yeah, it does look like Krampus. So, with that said, Happy New Year.
Not bad.
Oh, wow.
I like it.
That's really good. That's really good. I wish Renee was here to read the side of the label. Like, yeah, I'm not really into that. It does taste a little chocolatey, like Guinness. It has that little Guinness taste, at least.
Yeah, but it's not overpowering, which makes it good.
I guess, are we going to become beer connoisseurs after all this drinking? I guess maybe in the future, right?
We're not alcoholics. We're connoisseurs.
Exactly. with a hint of chocolate and orange peel. Anyways, we are reviewing The Witcher Season 2, Episode 1. Ito said a grain of truth. And we are back. Season 2 of The Witcher review. We talked about how we're going to start this review, and we are going to do the short stories first. Do we want to talk about the opening scene?
Let's talk about the opening scene.
Yeah, let's talk about the opening scene. We have a merchant, what seems to be either his workers or his family.
It looks like his family.
To a town.
Yeah. But the town seems to be abandoned, the front gates wide open. You know, that's not usual.
Yeah, exactly. You at least hear something. It's completely silent in the entire town. And so he gets off the horse and he knocks on what we can only assume is the inn, trying to get a room for him and his family. And next thing you know, they're horribly attacked.
Yes.
Killed, basically.
Yes.
And the only thing I will say as far as this scene is the female who was screaming her ass off deserved to get it. Oh my God. Like, you saw the first person next to you get killed, and then I
think it was the mother. The mother gets killed, and then the father
gets killed, and she's just standing there screaming. Just
it's like you feel bad for her, and then it's just like, "Are you just kill a bitch already?"
Just kill her. Just go ahead and wipe her out. And then she gets killed. But after that, and obviously the credits of The Witcher starts. But after that, we go back to Sodom, and we see the aftermath of the war. And God damn,
you just see all them look beat up. Society just looks like all messed up, and she's looking for Yennefer.
Yeah, Yennefer did hella damage. I mean, wow.
Yes.
It seems like if Nilfgaard, if that was their only army that was out there, I would believe it because it was so many dead.
No, I mean, they were even comparing the numbers of deaths. I think it was something like, we have 6,000, they have 20,000 or something like that.
It's crazy. And by the way, who's back is, I'm gonna try to pronounce the guy's name. You know who I'm talking about.
Vigilfords?
Yeah, Vigilfords.
Well, we knew he was back. Remember, we talked about that the last time, how he bludgeoned his own guy. So it's like you still kind of have a feeling like there's something up with him. You know?
Yeah, I thought he was actually on Nilfgaard's side, killing people, because you saw like a person begging for his life. Like he's like, not today. He just stabs the shit out of that guy. You know, just basically looking at they're looking at the dead and killing the gravely wounded, basically. Right. So I thought he was with Nilfgaard. I was like, So he finally turned, but then you see Tessia. You see her there, and one thing I do like, I've never seen this since the show started, was how she can touch a person and see how they died, the first person point of view. Yeah, that was that shit was badass. Like the axe to the face, I was like, oh my god. And then the horse coming down, that was pretty fucking cool. And she's looking for Yennefer. Vigor that's his name, right? Vigor 4.
And if you remember from the season finale of the first season, Ciri saw her yelling for Yennefer and Geralt yelling for Yennefer. It was like she was seeing the future, so it was kind of tripped out. So that's how you saw her yelling for Yennefer. It kind of came back to that.
Yeah, I'm so afraid I'm a mess.
Vilgefortz.
Tessia, yes. Tessia, okay. Tessia
it's and a long eye.
Okay. And, you know, she's... Basically, Vigorforce says she's gone. Yeah. You know, you can't find her.
She's gone. You can't feel her. You can't sense her. She's gone.
Basically. And she's devastated. And so she starts to scream out Yennefer's name. And next thing you know, somebody else is, Yennefer!
Right.
It's Geralt. You know, he's looking for her too. Him and Ciri's looking for her. And this is the first time that Geralt meets Tessia. Tessia. I'm looking at, you know, as I say these words. Tessia, and they talk for a little bit, and he's just like, where's Yennefer?
She basically tells him she's dead.
And he goes,
fuck. No.
It's so funny that you...
Fuck.
You know what?
He says that so much.
One day, we're going to do a live recording and watch... The Witcher, maybe season 3, or maybe the finale, whatever. And we're gonna take a shot every time they say fuck. I think by the time we're just gonna be like, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know how they say, Witchers don't show emotion and all that stuff, but all it is they have emotion. It's just not as much as regular humans, you know what I mean? But they have emotion, because when she told him that Yennefer was dead, he wanted to cry.
Yeah, he was devastated. You can definitely tell. And like you said, witches aren't supposed to have emotion, but it's funny. It just may not be human emotion. Like
that's what
it's
saying. Yeah, they have. It's like it's not that they say they don't have emotion. That's what people think. You know, and they have emotion. It's just not as deep. You know what I mean? That's all. They're not going to show it like that.
So when he goes, that was like, I love you, girl. Right. I miss you. And what we find out, because as a viewer, we know it would be bold as fuck to kill Yennefer off last season.
Oh, yeah. Come on. So you knew something was up with her.
We definitely know she's alive still.
Yeah. And it turns out, basically, she's captured by Fringilla and the Nilfgaard.
Happy New Beer. I'm going to take a drink.
That's it. Oh, yeah.
And she's, like you said, captured by Fringilla and the Nilfgaard.
Yeah, basically, since she wiped out the Nilfgaard army, Fringilla basically thought, hey, I have to take her back with me to show I'm some worth and not show that I failed miserably, because it turned out that the mages have Cahir.
And I'm going to be honest, I thought Cahir was probably the king of Nilfgaard.
Nah, he was just a general.
Yeah, I didn't realize
that. They kept talking about the white, the white light, whatever he is.
Yeah, I swear I thought he was. I was like, oh shit, they got him. And Tessia and Vigorfortz wants to kill him.
You said Tessia instead of Tessia again.
Tessia and Vigorfortz wants to interrogate him. She wants to give him that Batman beat.
She wants
to give him that Dark Knight
I'll take care of it.
And we ain't even, because they talked to the head sorcerer there, Fringilla's uncle. And she's telling him also that, hey, Fringilla, she's broke all the fucking rules, bro. Like, did you not see her? Oh, you weren't here. That's right. You weren't here. While we were battling inside of your ass is over there making jokes about your niece being good to Nilfgaard. Nah, bro. She broke all the rules and murked everybody.
Yes.
And he's just like, oh, well, wow.
Him and that little bitch Stragobor. Stragobor's a bitch.
Exactly. I'm surprised he didn't show up in this first episode.
He'll be back. Snake.
Exactly. And so at this point, Tasaya...
Is that right?
Okay. Yeah. Tasaya she's fed up. She thinks Jennifer is dead, so she's like, I'm about to interrogate Kahir. And the head, they actually mention his name, but I don't know it, so I'm just gonna say head of the Brotherhood. So they actually mention his name this episode. So next episode, I'll tell you his name, or while Ito's talking, I'll quickly look it up. But basically, they tell him, I wasn't asking. Like, yeah, you're the boss, but you ain't the boss of this. I'm about to interrogate Kahir. And what she does to him, it made me think of Professor Xavier, because I'm like, damn, could he actually, what if he was a bad guy like Professor X? Like, right. That's what she's basically doing. She tells him, like, oh, don't scream now, brother. I'm gonna get every inch of your mind.
Oh yeah, he like puts her fingers into his fucking head. Like, Jesus. Man. But apparently he fights it all. He's strong enough to fight, and you know what I mean. He doesn't give up everything.
Yeah, and so basically, Tasaya, she's trying to find information on what Nilfgaard is going to do next, what their plans are next.
Exactly.
And going back to Yennefer's story. I also do feel like, can this be Frangella's redemption? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I know you've watched a couple episodes ahead of me, so don't spoil it.
Oh, I finished it already.
But I was like, oh, they're pairing.
Like I said, I even watching the first episode. No, I don't think it's her redemption. She's over here trying to bring Yennefer to make her look good because she failed. And what she did, she already fucked up. She's using forbidden magic. So there ain't no way. You know, she can't go back to, you know what I mean? So now she has to do what she can. Kahir's gone, you know, and she's got to do whatever she can to save herself and make herself at least usable, or you know what I mean? Like,
make sure she don't die.
Important,
even though I don't even think if the Emperor attempted to kill her, she would let him. I mean, that's just me. Like, Frangilla ass could probably kill everybody. At this point, she's so damn powerful.
I want you to hurry up and finish.
Okay, I got you. And what happens is their camp is attacked. We don't know. I believe they think it's Reavers. I think they may have screamed out that name. But they were attacked. Don't know who they're attacked by, but they're left alone in the forest or in the woods, and I'm pretty sure their attacker is about to confront Yennefer and Frangella.
Right.
So that is basically it for their two stories. Now, the meat of episode 1 revolves around Geralt and Cirilla.
Right.
And I got something to say before we get into that.
Okay.
I get it's season 2. But Cirilla looks so damn old.
It's not even just that. It was when she was on her own, running away. She looked pale, dirty. As soon as Geralt get her, clean, makeup. I'm like, what the hell happened? Like,
I mean, this episode almost made me have a little bit of an attraction. Like,
I'm just like, how old is she?
Fucking scene, she's in a bath.
She's taking a bath. Yeah.
I was like, are they trying to make Ciri attractive now? Like, I mean, I'm assuming she's like 16, 17. But and again, we know the production takes a while for
and not even just that.
Happen directly
and you know,
after,
the actors and actresses usually play people a lot younger than them.
But to have like, you know, I lost words of how I want to kind of describe it, but it's like, directly after season 1, she looks fucking hella. She looks like she's almost 18. Like, again, I can't stress how I was feeling a little weird. I was like, this bath scene.
It's so funny.
I was like,
did you say this? Because I was thinking the same thing. I swear. You know what I mean?
Even when I'm like, I think it's the Broxa.
I don't want to look at her. I'm like, should I look at her right now?
Exactly. Because when the Broxa's looking at her while she's bathing, I'm just like, they're gonna cut this off. Like, obviously they're gonna make their point about why the Brox is looking at her, but they're definitely going to, no. She gets out of the tub, like she's, obviously she's covered, but they make
but still,
point
it is. I understand.
Focus on her. I'm just like,
I understand. Yeah.
Anyways, Geralt and Ciri scene is they're going through the woods, and Geralt is planning on taking her to his home where he was raised and made a witcher.
Yeah, basically that's where they used to make witchers. Now, since they can't make witchers no more, that's basically like where they go to juice up and get their elixirs and shit like that.
I'm so horrible with names because The Witcher is just like a fantasy series. I forget the actual name to the place, but he describes it as like, Ciri's kind of asking him about this place, and he was just like, it used to be way more witchers, but obviously the humans found out about it, they attacked us, and now we kind of just use it as a sanctuary, for witchers, like Ida was saying, to do the elixirs, make their shields, basically get good. If you were wounded, you were low on anything, whether it was potions or equipment, you go there to basically regain your strength.
Exactly.
So they're approaching there. But as they approach there, correct me if I'm wrong, Ito, I didn't know the beast that was killed, but the Witcher saw a wolf. It looked like it was a dead wolf. He goes to the dead wolf, kind of eats or licks the blood, and it's just like, we gotta go. And they basically hurry the fuck out of the woods. I was like, damn, what is that to make him actually be like, we need to leave. But they end up in a town, the same town from the beginning.
They end up passing by that town, but Geralt's already suspicious. He sees the gate open, there's no guards. And he's like, let's get out of here.
No dogs barking.
Hey, let's get out of here.
Anything. And he says, hey, I have a friend.
I have a friend nearby.
Yeah, and he goes, sees him. Now, the friend's name I wrote down. And I'm going to see if I can pronounce it. Here we go. Is it Neveline?
Neveline, yes.
Neveline, okay.
Neveline.
Okay, so they go to the friend's house.
First off, do you know the actor?
No.
You don't know? I'm surprised you don't know.
Ooh.
One of your boys from Game of Thrones, bro.
Oh man, is it the Hound?
It's the dude with the beard from the other side of the gate that falls in love with Brianna. Is that what her name?
Oh, Tormund.
Tormund.
Tormund. Holy shit! I'm loving this Game of Thrones Witcher crossover type shit. I really do, because I do feel like sometimes sometimes The Witcher is paying a little homage to Game of Thrones, but then Jared will come out and be like, no, we're not Game of Thrones stuff. It's The Witcher.
I'm surprised you didn't know that. Like, I knew he was gonna be in season 2. I heard about that, and I heard he's about the character, like a boar-faced character. So when I saw him, I was like, oh, that's him. You know what I mean?
I do want to ask you one thing, because I did talk about it. Illusion magic is like nothing I've ever seen except The Witcher. Like, obviously, everybody has illusion. We reviewed Eternals, where one of the Eternals has an illusion ability. Shameless plug. Go check out the review of Eternals. But like this illusion created by these sorcerers like Stragobor and Yennefer, they are intense and incredible.
Yeah, because the illusion you're talking about from Eternals was like once you could touch to go through them. Exactly. You know what I mean? It was like nothing. They were fake illusions. These illusions actually that could touch you and hurt you.
Manipulate your mind.
Yeah,
like this is so crazy. Like these are the most powerful sorcerers I have ever seen in any adaptation of a TV series or movie. Definitely, I just wanted to mention that.
And it's tripped out that their magic is called chaos.
Yes, definitely. And so Geralt and Ciri, they go meet Neveline. Neveline. They go meet Neveline, and they enter his like barn-like area, and Garrett automatically thinks something is off. We see, fire go out. At least I think fire goes out. I don't really know. But anyways, there's a battle. And the first thing I'm thinking of, I'm like, oh, he's the motherfucker who killed the other people in the beginning. That's what I'm thinking. And then what we find out is like, he's like, Geralt?
Geralt?
Is that you? And the first thing I'm thinking about, like, beauty and
That's what you were supposed to think about. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You were supposed to think beauty. So his boy, like, he'd never seen him like this. When last time he saw him, he was a human, and now he's got this boar head in a way, you know. And he said he was cursed because he fell into the wrong crowd, and they robbed some people or something like that, and some princess or whatever. Somebody, priestess.
Yes, priestess.
Cursed him.
Yeah, because
to be alone forever.
Exactly.
Type of thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Geralt is just like, so what did she say? You know, what's the cue? And he was just like, I don't really remember. It has something to do with love and blood. Because Neveline is I was looking at Eno like that's it, right? Because Neveline is cursed, Geralt is a bit suspicious because like you say, he's just like, what did you do? But even after he says it, Neveline just seems a little bit too
little
happy.
Things in here. It's just, even when and then he's got his own little magic too, where he can just conjure things. Oh, food! And food just drops out. Like, damn,
that's badass.
That's badass. That was wrong.
Man. He's like, oh, you need this, and boom, you need a bath.
Boom, bathtub full of water just falls out. Like,
that's really, really cool.
That was badass. But like you said, he was a little standoffish about some stuff. Even when he took her shower and found that dress, she was like, oh, thank you so much for the dress. And Evelyn was like, oh yeah, you know, Geralt's seeing all this,
and,
you know.
And she's also like, hey, I thought I saw something. Do you have something?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, it's a cat. It's a cat. And of course, according to the video game, it's known that cats hate witchers. Yeah. So in the video game, every time you walk by a cat, they're hissing at you. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna jump out.
Not only that, apparently this specific story was like a book. Apparently, I mean, I don't know what book. Definitely comment below if you know what book. But apparently, this specific story was a part of a book. I don't know if it was the whole book or a portion of it. But yeah. So. Basically, we get to the scene that me and Ito was talking about earlier, that bath scene, because we see somebody looking at Siri, obviously, and again, like he says, somebody leaves a dress, and again, very weird scene. Like, I'm just like, this is back in the day, obviously, kings and queens type time. Is she about to marry Geralt, Siri? I don't think Geralt would go for it at all. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think he'd be like, hell no, I saw you when you was like a little Siri.
I feel like in a way they were kind of making it seem like she was the beauty to the Beauty and the Beast thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Shit. Okay, okay. I can feel you on that because I've just been like, obviously with the Law of Surprise with Pavetta and Nundy. I'm assuming Pavetta had to be way younger than this night. Right. So I was just like, damn, it would suck so hard if something like this. She just gradually increases and develops and evolves, and then boom, marriage. Happy New Year. But yeah.
So since Geralt's all suspicious and stuff after Siri's goes to bed, he's like, let's play a drinking game. You know, we'll throw knives at his father's picture.
Because he does tell a story, but go ahead.
Yeah, so we'll throw knives at your father's head, and whoever hits him, you know, has to tell the truth. You know, so I think they go. Geralt goes first. He's a little off, and then Neveline just perfect. So he's already suspicious, like, this motherfucker's cheating. Because he don't want to tell me something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He asks her, he's like, hey, why you have a girl? And he's like, oh, Law of Surprise. And he's like, oh, okay. That's some shit. He says, and then Geralt proceeds to tell him about Yennefer. And he's just like, damn, bro, you just lost somebody in a couple days. Why aren't you devastated?
You should be devastated.
And then he does say, why do you think I'm not?
So he's like, do you think I'm not? Right, yeah.
Exactly. And that just, like,
it just shows, right?
Earlier, like,
they have emotion, they just don't show it as much, right?
And we know a lot of people like that. Hell, I would go to say, are you a Witcher either? Every time I be trying to talk to him about some shit, Edo would be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I believe in you, Melvin.
Really?
Oh, but all you need is the white hair, bro. The white hair.
No. No gray hair yet for me.
Hey, good shit. But yeah, he's steady telling Geralt, he's asking questions, Geralt is answering, and then Geralt holds his medallion and throws, and he realizes, like, Ito says, like, oh, you're doing something extra. Yeah. But again, I'm sorry, I had to look at his name. Nevelin, we can tell he's avoiding something.
Yeah, he's hiding something, basically.
The only thing I do want to bring up before is the dinner scene, because I believe this was after the dinner scene. Nevelin does tell Ciri how him and Geralt meet. They were trying to hunt a monster that hasn't presented himself in the series, right? And I think it's called a Waven. I think that's the name of the monster, which probably is going to come later. Yeah, it's just usually when they name monsters, those monsters specifically come out later. And he's trying to humanize Geralt. We're trying,
basically, Geralt kills the monster, but gives the head to Nevelin and says, "Here, you bring this to your father and tell him you killed him." Type of thing.
And also they talk, and he asks him, "Hey, what happened to the town next?" And Nevelin is like, "Oh, we saw the wild hunt. The wild hunt is back. That's why, since the war started, people have just been." And Geralt is just like, "What? A whole town left?" Yeah. And he's just like, "No, it's the wild hunt." Now, I wrote this down specifically because I was like, the Wild Hunt is the name of a video game of The Witcher, and they talk about at least Ciri mentions the wraiths of Morhaug. So, again, maybe coming out in the future, they seem like some dangerous people. Whenever war happens, they're it sounds like they're like the four horses.
Yeah, they're supposed to, apparently they say they ride along the sky.
Yeah. And skeleton horses.
Skeleton
that
horses.
That would be badass to see, though. Happy New Bear.
Yeah, it would be badass to see.
Don't you spoil nothing for me. And as we go along, we find out that Ciri actually meets the cat.
Well, first of all.
Go ahead.
First of all, still, Nevelin puts on a puppet show for her. And basically is telling, without her knowing, the history of her family.
I felt like it was and I'm glad that you're here, because when I'm by myself reviewing this, I'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, or I just forget it at all. Thank you for mentioning that, because she definitely...
It was about the story of an elf falling in love with a human, and they have a baby, and that's her bloodline.
And not only that, she even, in some point of the episode, Ciri even mentions a story that Mousak told her about, like I don't want to say rat-like creature, but like a creature, basically
hedgehog.
A hedgehog marrying a princess.
And that's her father. He's telling her father. She doesn't realize it the whole time. Yeah,
exactly. Right? I was just like, oh snap. I was like, why is he telling her this stuff? Because at this point, I was like, oh, he wants her. That's what I thought. Never. I was like, oh, he actually wants. All this has been to get Ciri, because obviously she is the heir to the throne. Sorry, it was a little burp. But yeah, and what we find out is a creature comes down while Ciri is having a nightmare, and she is introduced to the Broxa. I believe it's called a Broxa.
Yeah, Broxa. Her name is like Verena.
Yeah, which is like a vampire-like creature. It can turn into a human.
The flying vampire.
Yeah, basically, it looks like, for all intents and purposes, Morbius. Yeah. Be looking for that in there. Be looking for that review when the movie
That's what happened while they were playing their drinking game, and then when Nevelin went to sleep, that's when Geralt started walking around searching the area.
And she starts searching the area, and basically Verena. Yeah, I'm butchering the name. She ends up leaving, or not necessarily leaving. She ends up talking to Ciri about who she is. And so the beast is in Cirilla's room. Verena, right? That's
Verena's her name. Yeah, she's a Bruxa.
Yes, and basically she's telling Ciri that she don't want to harm her.
Yeah, she's the one that put the dress out.
You know, she's like, "How you like the dress?" And she comes down like a fucking James Wan horror movie.
Oh yeah, she looks like a damn exorcist.
James Wan, like that Asian horror type of thing.
The Ring and shit.
Exactly. I was like, holy shit. But yeah,
and she got these weird ass eyes. And shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
While that's going on, Geralt's walking around outside, just scoping the area, and he sees footprints, and it's like the same footprints he saw earlier when with the dead wolf, I think it was, and how they just disappeared. So this happened again now. So he's like, oh, this creature can fly, and he saw the bodies were drained of blood in that town, the merchant and whatever. So he came to the conclusion, oh, this is a vampire that can fly. It must be a Bruxa.
Yeah, and he runs back and he tells Ciri, like, go stay by Roach, and if I don't make it,
get the hell out of here.
Tell ass, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like go as fast as you can, basically. And Geralt confronts the Bruxa, and they have this.
Well, first he goes to Nevelin's room and finds the Bruxa feeding off Nevelin, and it turns out they have an agreement because Nevelin tried to kill himself because of this curse, and he can't. So he was like, "Oh, you could feed off me, and I won't die." And he basically fell in love with her.
Yeah, and what we find out is, as Geralt and the Bruxa is fighting, he does get the Bruxa in a vulnerable position where she is gravely wounded, and she turns back into human form. You see Cirilla go over there and kind of cover her, because Cirilla, like, even me, I'm just like, damn, like, can't you just let her go? Like,
well,
I feel like this is like some supernatural shit.
She did
like,
kill those people in the town and shit. That's the bad part, because you knew Geralt doesn't kill monsters if they have conscience.
Except for the Kikimor, who just wanted to, get the deer for his family in episode 1. That Kikimor was just trying to provide for his family.
Oh, calm down. He was already. That's why he was there, because they hired him. But apparently it was the wrong monster, right? Anyway.
Actually, it was. Yeah. Holy shit. I forgot about that. Holy shit. It's funny. That's been a joke on my, when I've been reviewing about myself. Like, oh, yeah, except the Kikimor, and he was just trying to kill a deer. What's wrong with that? Why you gotta kill a Kikimor?
It wasn't even the right monster.
Oh shit! So yeah, we find out basically that Nevelin is just like, hey, I found this Bruxa extremely wounded in a forest, and I took her back. And the Bruxa didn't care; it didn't even attack me. Obviously, when it healed, it turned into the woman, and he fell in love. And actually, it's mutual, because she loves him,
right?
It's, in fact, when she's going crazy and she's battling Geralt, Nevelin stabs her in the back with a spear, and she turns around crazy, like the head turns, and she's just like, if no one, she says something along the lines of, if no one can have you, I love you. Yeah. And I'm the only one who should have you. So she basically wanted to kill him, even though he was cursed and he probably wouldn't be killed.
But as soon as she died, he turned back into his human form.
Maybe he would have been killed with her.
Who knows? But yeah, he basically, that was his curse. It was the only way you could turn human again is to love and then lose that love.
Yes, exactly.
Basically. And then he ended up being human, and he told the truth of his curse was basically actually because he raped the priestess. And that's why he was cursed. And when Geralt and Ciri found that out, they just turned their back on him, like, in disgust. And Nevelin was like, please, Geralt, just kill me. He was like, oh, your curse is lifted. You could do that yourself now.
Exactly. And that was pretty brutal. I was like, holy shit, he raped the priestess? Like, wow. Like, that was pretty crazy. And Geralt also tells Ciri, like, hey, when I tell you to do something,
do that shit.
Because obviously she went to help the Bruxa, and she got captured by the Bruxa, and the Bruxa was about to kill her until Nevelin stabbed her.
Because there was even a part where where him and the Netherlands, my bad, when him and the Bruxa were fighting, and Ciri looked like she wanted to do something, or she wanted to run away, and the Bruxa told Ciri, don't run. It's in my nature to go get your ass if you run, type of thing. I can't help it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that was kind of tripped out too, I thought. That the Bruxa was even telling her, don't run, because I have no, my instinct is to go get your ass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And we can even say that we can see they loved each other.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. And
it was a true love. It was just, she was out of
it was horrible.
You know what I mean? She was out of bounds.
Like, I knew what she was doing to the other town, but I loved her anyway, because who could love me looking like a beast? Yeah. So that was really, really awesome.
And I would like to see if he come back later, or if he actually killed himself.
Yeah, that is very, very true. I thought I wanted to mention one more thing about this episode, but I guess we've been drinking so much I honestly forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
This is Ito.
And we are the
Carbonation Conversation.
I'm going to take over on some of the Witcher episodes, but be sure Ito will return.
See,
whether it is the middle of the season or the season finale. And this Alpha Clause, though, was awesome. And we will hopefully have a new beer for you next time we meet. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you.